Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are your 21 days of prayer going? I'm so excited to get to hear all the praise reports, and we are continuing to pray throughout this season for many, many things, and I can hardly wait to see what God's going to do in this season. You know, many of you are fasting. You might be fasting social media, so you might not catch this particular message, but maybe at a later date you can come back over. And I've got just a small word from God today that he kind of gave me. You know, last night I was reading there in Genesis, continuing to read, and it felt like I was reading a UFC fight or boxing match. And I personally love UFC fighting. I don't know why. I know some girls are like, that is so bloody, I can't watch that, but I absolutely love it. I don't know what it is. Or boxing, sometimes they do too much dancing around for me, you know, but all those boxing, UFC, when you look at it, I mean, they are right in each other's faces. It is intimate. It is, you know, skin to skin, and they are fighting. And there is this place of intimacy when we wrestle, right? Well, I was reading last night how Jacob wrestled God, and it was just so amazing as it was unfolding before my eyes. You see in this story that God has told Jacob to go home. And this is after he has worked for Laban for 20 years, 14 of those for his wives. And he's going to go home and probably have to face his brother Esau, who he stole his birthright and his blessing from. So there's a day of reckoning kind of that Jacob is probably not anticipating too much. And so he is beginning to gather and separate camels and sheep, and he's going to bring his brother a gift. But he's still so afraid to face his past. He is afraid to face what he's done to his brother. He knows he's been blessed, that God's hand has been on him. He has seen that. But there is this place there that he even sends his wives away. And there that night, a man, it says, comes and wrestles with him. He wrestles with him so bad that he leaves his hip disjointed. And there in that wrestling, that intimacy, that place where, you know, Jacob just says, I'm not letting you go until you bless me. There was this place that he knew he was confronting God. He'd seen him face to face. They were there wrestling this UFC fight, this boxing match that comes for your future. There's this place that we wrestle with God, and that's the honest truth. At the end of that, it says that Jacob did, you know, that the man who was wrestling with him realized that he couldn't get the best of him. He said, let me go. And in that is where he injured his hip in order for him to let him go. And he said, I don't want to let you go until you bless me. But I began to realize, I mean, that is what I do each and every day. I'm wrestling with my destiny. I'm wrestling with my future. I'm wrestling with the word of God when there's something I don't quite understand or I don't get why this is. There is a place within me that God is revealing himself in this wrestling, in this fight that we're having just to live and to fight to live the life God has for us. There in that wrestling match, Jacob received a new name, a name that would reveal every time he would say it. He got this name change. It would actually tell others about this particular moment that he had seen the face of God. There's a place that I don't want to stop wrestling. I don't want to let God go until he blesses me. There is a place I want that fight. I want that place there that I'm looking at when I was reading about Jacob. I was like, my goodness, he was so scared and so panicked to face his past. But there, right there in this moment, God was saying, this isn't about your past. This is about your future. Everything you've been fighting and hiding from and working towards and swindling even Laban, and you both were kind of swindling each other. When you read that, you're running. Don't run any longer. You might limp there though, but your future is waiting, friend. And so today I encourage you, wrestle with the word, wrestle with God. And he knows that. You know, I always wondered, why did he choose to wrestle with him? Then there is that intimacy, that place that you are, you know, you're tossing and turning and whatever this fighting was. It went on till morning, guys. That's got to be exhausting. But I thought, why did he do that? And it wasn't to show his strength. You know, God, he is immeasurable. He is mighty. He is sovereign. But there in this moment, it was to reveal to Jacob his own strength. Whenever I'm wrestling with something, it's not because I need to know how strong God is. Sometimes it's because I need to know how strong I am. God knows that, and he knows sometimes it's going to take a little bit of wrestle and tussle, right, to get that out. And so today, don't give up. You know, we're halfway through January. Maybe you've got resolutions. Maybe you've got things you're doing. Maybe you are fasting and praying in this season. And those things, fasting's hard. It's hard. It should be. It should be. And so don't give up. Don't give up wrestling for those things, to go deeper with God, to know him on an intimate level. You are victorious in that. You are strong, you are worthy, and God is always with us. And so today, I just encourage you, whatever it is you might be wrestling, don't give up. Don't give up. God's about to give you a name change. You're about to see his face, friend. God bless you.